We be live. Hello, Durud and Shalom.
Welcome back, everybody. The cycle has continued. Yesterday, we told you that the strikes were 4 to 5 times in intensity. Well, today, compared to yesterday, these strikes are 4 to 5 times more in intensity. Hundreds of targets have already been struck on the southern coast of Iran, and we are going to show you guys everything that's happened, along with pictures and images and videos of the strikes that are hit. The explosions are massive this time. Every major strategic point on the southern coast of Iran, of the Islamic Republic, has been hit multiple times. I'm guessing at this point 20 to 30 times each, putting the strikes in the hundreds, everywhere from along the border of Pakistan all the way up to the border of Iran and Iraq, Bushehr. Nuclear power plants are in danger. Army barracks have been hit, where pilots of the Islamic Republic Air Force have been sleeping, has been destroyed. Casualties are unknown at the moment. The Islamic Republic has lashed out already and has launched ballistic missiles. These have been intercepted, as we know so far. It seems like they will launch many, many more. Ports are being destroyed as we speak. The Islamic Republic has issued a threat to Armenia, of all places, at the moment, accusing them of helping the US gather intelligence. And it looks like, in general, if our system and our cycle is true, after the US responds to the Islamic Republic's aggression, the Islamic Republic starts emptying out its missiles and drones on the Arab countries. So we'll be looking for that in the next couple of hours. We've seen an interesting statement by a senior White House official. He has said, I don't know who this is and I'm trying to find it out, but he has apparently reported to major news channels that the next strikes on Iran will be in major cities and the capital. It looks like we can connect some of the dots here with the USS Boxer carrying the Marines all the way over to the Persian Gulf. We can connect that dot with the strikes that are happening on the southern coast of Iran. It looks like the US military is opening up its options for itself on a potential ground invasion, or at least the threat of it. And we have to also see, now that Donald Trump has come out in the NATO summit in Turkey and said, we will destroy the Islamic Republic, no more talking, the MOU is over, is Israel going to finish off Hezbollah, and by doing so, trigger a response from the IRGC, which would start the war off completely. So, with all of that, Armin, how have you been feeling today doing your lives and seeing the news like this come out?
Just wondering, like, really eager to see if we're gonna is this gonna just be is this going to be just basically a few symbolic attacks, or are we going to go into taking out serious high-level, high-ranking officials from the Islamic Republic? Are we going to see infrastructure damage? So there's two levels to this. Either this is going to be another love tap. We're going to go basically symbolically bomb certain areas within Iran and then end that, or it's going to be a more serious response. I know the Arab countries around the Persian Gulf right now are begging the United States, like, to do something significant. The idea of appeasement with the Islamic Republic for a lot of the Arab countries in the region is they're giving up on that idea. They're at first they were trying to get the United States to finish the job, and then when they saw that that's not happening, they went begging to the United States to appease and do a ceasefire. And now I think they're swinging back to, please just come and get it over with, because this is not, they can't tolerate this. But yeah, what do you think, Ali? Do you think, are we going to see another love tap or a serious escalation of military
I think it's contingent on two things. The response of the Islamic Republic tonight. They've only launched a couple of things that got intercepted. No one's really cared. But if they go all out and start dumping their missiles, not only towards the U.S. Navy, but more importantly, what would draw the war again is if they attack the Al Udeid base in Qatar. The reason for that is because the United States Air Force has parked 40 refueling tankers and fighter jets in the Al Udeid base in Qatar. If these are hit, we're going straight back to war. If similarly the base in Prince Sultan Air Base near Riyadh is also hit, that would also warrant us going back to war. Another thing, Hezbollah launching an attack or rockets towards Israel with along with the IRGC launching attacks towards Israel, would also kick off the war again. U.S. casualties kick off the war again. Those are the things that we have to look out for. Other than that, I think for tonight, we're just looking at the southern coast being obliterated. And by obliterated, I mean, if we go down to Shabahar here, and let's show you guys what it actually looks like. This is what we're looking at in terms of intensity. So we can see the explosions happening here and the shockwave hitting this person. There's no audio on this clip, but we'll show you guys more images coming out at the moment. Like this. This one is blurred out, the south part of it, just so people don't see where the picture is taken from. And we have so many more. Okay. Wow. Big piece of news. Not what I would have expected, but a U.S. official has reported that Bahrain has taken part in tonight's attacks on the Islamic Republic. That is a significant piece of news, ladies and gentlemen, because Bahrain has, for the time being, only been receiving bombs and missiles and has not gone in the offensive a single time towards the Islamic Republic. We can see that perhaps more of the Persian Gulf Arab countries are joining in. They've had enough.
So the only other country that significantly responded to the Islamic Republic, Saudi Arabia probably did some symbolic ones that was prearranged with the Islamic Republic, but UAE was the only one in country around the Persian Gulf, only Arab country that attacked the Islamic Republic in a significant way. And Bahrain now is joining that list. What do Bahrain and UAE have in common?
They are more friendly towards Israel.
They're part of the Abrahamic Accord. So Kuwait is not part of the Abrahamic Accord. Qatar isn't. Saudi Arabia isn't. But Bahrain is.
Correct. And so, guys, we don't know which of these strikes may have been the Bahrainis, but we do know that as of probably, I would say 30 minutes ago, these are all the strikes that I've managed to find. So we can go all the way down over here. So there were massive explosions in Jask, which are a little bit cut off here, but all along the coast, everything has been hit. Anything of importance has been struck. Now, this is probably, I would say, a third of the locations of the strikes, but if you look over here in the Persian Gulf, Abu Musa has also been hit. What I want to point at your guys' attention to is that every single island has been hit. Previously, we didn't bother hitting the little islands at all, but when I was connecting the dots with the USS Boxer maybe a week away at this point, maybe 2 weeks away, it makes sense for any sort of your military operations to begin with the southern coast of Iran, destroy every and any military site, radar, and missile defense that you could possibly find. They went as far as to strike the military barracks for the Islamic Republic Air Force. I don't know if the pilots were sleeping in there, but if they were, they don't exist anymore. And similarly, we can see that command towers for the airport of cities like Bushehr were also hit and have suffered massive damage. As we can see there. And looks like that person was scared, but this is what it looked like before. And it seems like there's a chunk missing out of the left side of it. And the video was showing more of the right side. But all the windows have been shattered, and it looks like something did directly hit that. This tells me that this is more of a preparatory strike, and that these strikes will at least continue for a few more days. Whew. There's been an astonishing amount of news that's been coming out. By the way, the strikes have never really stopped since yesterday. They continued well into the morning Iran time and have subsequently only stopped for about 6 hours until they picked up again 2 hours ago. Things are, if you look at just the kinetic action, things are escalating a lot. New countries are joining in. Everything's being prepared for the U.S. military to at least keep its options open. That is what I'm going to say. Okay, we have some more images coming out at the moment.
What's your prediction for tonight?
This is it. I think my stay at this level. But it's all contingent on, like, as I said, what is the response of the Islamic Republic going to be? I think Bahrain is going to get hit much more tonight, because if we know that the Bahrainis have attacked the Islamic Republic knows, and they're not going to be happy. But Donald Trump has gone and posted all of these images onto his Truth Social about the explosion. So let's actually check that out. Let's see which ones he posted. So this is Donald Trump's Truth Social, and
Wow.
here we are. As of 7 minutes ago, he's posted this. This is Chabahar. It's a port near the Pakistani border of Iran. This is in retribution for yesterday's bombing of ships by Iran. If it happens again, it'll get much worse. That's the first one. Then we have that ad. Oh, yes, the other video I showed of that explosion. What else do we got? Bandar Abbas. There are massive fires across Bushehr, Bandar Abbas, Chabahar, 3 of the major port cities of Iran. Let's take a look at it again. I actually missed that. Yeah, these are pretty significant explosions. You can hear the noise of that. Any more? Nope. Then he goes straight to talking about gambling and citizenship. Okay. Really interesting. So I need to keep one of my eyes here on my right monitor and the left eye on you guys. But yeah, so the ceasefire is going great. This is the effect of it. I think a deal's pretty much on the table at this point, definitely. Remember, guys, the Islamic Republic and the U.S. can't even keep a memorandum of understanding, much less start to talk about the nuclear, the ballistic missiles, disarming the proxies. We're never getting to that point, ever.
Yeah, that's actually a very good point, Ellie. Given that we couldn't even get close to an agreement on the Strait of Hormuz, which is so much easier to do than the enriched uranium issue, what are the chances of us having a deal?
Realistically, maybe like 0.01%, I would say. No more, no less. And we actually have the full-on interview or conference from Donald Trump, which is 40 minutes long, which we'll probably review in a future stream because today just seems to be packed with news. At the moment, as of the last couple of minutes of explosions, it does seem that the attacks have subsided. It seems like the U.S. will be waiting to see what the Islamic Republic's response is, which gives us a second to go through everything that we need to get through. So here's what's going on. Some of the key things. Oh, yes.
Break it up.
So if we go to Tehran, every single time that in Mehrabad Airport, the IRGC has moved their planes out of the only airport in Tehran, every single time, 24 hours later or so, the strikes have begun. And so we got confirmations of this from people in Iran telling Shin that, hey, a lot of planes have taken off from Mehrabad Airport and they seem to be heading east. Speaking of east, if we go to the map of Iran, guys, what is the major city in the eastern part of Iran? It's Mashhad. Mashhad is the final resting place, although may he never rest in peace, of Ali Khamenei, the supreme leader. He's supposed to be all the way over there right now, but he's all the way over here. He's over here. His body's over here. They left his body here, And the president of the Islamic Republic ran away last night after the U.S. started strikes. He boarded a plane and got straight back to Tehran, leaving the body of Ali Khamenei and the foreign minister Arakchi stranded here. And speaking of Arakchi, let me just show you guys something to take the ice off of things. Just go back here. I was actually already on it. So here we can see that the foreign minister of the Islamic Republic is being swarmed by hundreds of Iraqis who are trying to rub his head for some reason. Don't ask me. I don't know why. But they're yelling, Arakchi, Arakchi. And this video is not doing a great job, but we can see it right there. Do you guys see that guy right there?
I know exactly.
Armin, tell us, why are they rubbing his head?
Here, can I share my screen so I could explain it? Okay, so here. Let me go through the head rubbing. It's good that they're rubbing his head instead of other places. So here. So it's interesting because people are swearing at him and cursing him, and some people are trying to rub his head. Somebody's saying to mess his hair up. Okay, guys, tell me in the chat who knows what. Somebody saying scalp perverts? No. Wait here. So you see here, they're rubbing his head. You see that's Arakchi in the middle of the crowd, and here you could actually see why they're rubbing his head. Okay, because look at the person that is rubbing his head. Look at what he does. You see that? Did you see that? Did you? Ali is shocked. You see that, guys? Look at this. Rubbed the head. Rubbed his own face. Rubbed the head. And then rubbing his own face. You're muted.
It looks like he licked his hand.
No. He's rubbing his own face.
Ugh.
So here, look at this here. See other people. This guy, look at this guy. This guy is also trying to get some head action here. Here, so this guy got some head action. This guy is rubbing his own face here, and now this other guy, he's like, wait, look at this other guy is like, give me some too, give me some too. And see that guy went and touched his own face as well. So and that's Pezeshkian.
If you had to sum up and wait, where? Oh, there he is.
That's Pezeshkian. Okay, but he's not getting. He's getting no head action. So okay, so did anybody in the chat get the explanation? Because I want to tell you, but I want to see if anybody knows what's happening. So he's rubbing his head and rubbing his face. This is because they think this is a holy man, and they're trying to get the holiness on their body. So they, Ali, this is the same thing as rubbing the cloth on Ali Khamenei's coffin.
It's the same thing during the previous Supreme Leader's funeral, where they tried to kiss his dead body and touch it and then rub themselves on it.
Yes, but it's interesting because this is not a holy figure. Like, why is... But these people are just... Like, they're just thinking that if you're important, you must be holy. Like, their brain is like, oh, this is an important person. Let me rub his head and rub it on my face. I'm getting some blessing.
What, also, Arakchi, guys, in Farsi is pretty much Iraqi. Like, Arak means Iraq. Arakchi, like Iraqi. So that's what his last name means. Maybe they're so stupid that they really do think he is some sort of big deal.
So yeah, somebody is getting this right. Somebody is saying that he's holy by association. Yes, yeah, exactly. He's an important figure within the Holy Islamic Republic. So he's just holy by association. It's interesting because while some people are trying to rub them and make them to squeeze out some holiness from their heads, they are also cursing them in the same area. Look at this. So these are Iraqis saying Hayat min nazallat, basically no to this humiliation. You're humiliating the Islamic world by negotiating with America. So some people are trying to rub them for holiness, some people are cursing them for humiliating the Shia world. It's either milking holiness or cursing for humiliation. A mix of both.
Barbarians. If you have to sum it up in one word, what you're seeing here with them rubbing Arash's head, but also cursing him, one word, what would you say?
I think barbarism is basically the best word, the one that you use. Yeah.
Barbarians. Okay.
Yeah.
So looks like the strikes only subsided for about 10-15 minutes because we now have more explosions in Iran Shah. So let me find that for you guys so I can show you where that is. Here we are. Wow. Okay. So Iran Shah is in Sistan Balochistan, which means the southeast of Iran, but it's significantly more inland than the ports of Chabahar and Konarak. So in this area, this lovely little bay that I would actually probably like to visit at some point in my life, looks like a mushroom head. But Chabahar was hit dozens of times, and Konarak here, there's an Air Force barracks here, and that was one that was, well, it doesn't exist anymore. But if you go several hundred kilometers inland, you go to Iran Shah, and this place has just been hit. So maybe the United States took a few minutes here to rearm themselves and is going further inland. This is something we have to be watching out for. In terms of kinetic action, if we go right back into the areas of Piranshah and Mahabad, we have information directly from Kurdish separatist channels that their fighters are currently being pressured by IRGC armored convoys traveling along this road to come and attack their position. So things are kicking off, it seems like, everywhere. I'm really curious to see what Israel is going to do at this time. Are they going to destroy Hezbollah? Are they going to join in on the strikes? Who knows? There are casualties as well. There's casualties from put over here. So there was an IRGC officer that was eliminated last night, along with 8 members of the broader military, unclear which branches they were, in Bandara Mashar, which is along the Kuwaiti border and the Iraqi border over here. We've also got more confirmation that IRGC officers in Bandar Abbas tonight have also been taken out, although it is unclear who it was. Some people are saying that it was a naval commander. That is unclear as of yet. The IRGC themselves haven't confirmed anything. And then the other casualties would be that the army barracks here was blown to smithereens very heavily. So it seems like they are trying to move on to commanders. We have confirmation that Iran Shah was hit, and this is what it looks like. The person reporting this is a POS, but nonetheless, he gets information. And this information, come on, can't it just be bigger? Can I make it? Not really. Oh, man. How can we make that bigger? Nope.
Wait.
You want me to send you
so
this
Ali,
link?
what What you need to do is, okay, send it to me. I'll download it. What you need to do is you need to download the Telegram app on your computer. And that way, every time you see this, you could just right click and download the video and just drag it on your browser and shoot the full version. So send it to me.
I see.
What I can do. Oh my god.
Yeah, these are big explosions here.
Oh, I know this person. He doesn't let you download it because he wants all the credit. This account, I know this account.
It's okay. I'll download it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Let's see what he's going to do about this. He's not going to let us download it. Also, guys, this guy's a big POS. Like, no one cares if you download his stuff. All right. Now we go back to StreamYard and we show you guys. So let's take a bigger look at this. Everyone's like, why did he go through so much trouble to share this? Okay, so those are two massive explosions there in Iran Shah. Again, we're seeing a lot of claims that these are targeted strikes. We can never verify those until afterwards, obviously.
I have some. Okay, no. Let me know when you are when you have time, because I have some interesting updates regarding JD Vance just came out and said something regarding what they're doing to the Islamic Republic right now. So let me know whenever you
Let's do it. Go for it.
Oh. Okay, here. Let's remove this. So here. So JD Vance is losing patience as well, it seems.
Most of all, thanks to the troops, we came into the situation with maximum leverage and maximum strength. Their nuclear program was destroyed. Their conventional military was destroyed. And you've got some people within the Iranian system who are saying, you know what? We want to change our relationship with the United States. We want to turn over a new leaf. And the president said, okay, we will sit down at the table and negotiate and see if the smart people in that system can take over from the crazy people. Well, here's the basic deal that we cut. The basic deal that we cut was, we'll lift our blockade if you stop shooting at ships. But if you shoot at ships, we are going to punch back, and we're going to punch back harder than ever before. That was the deal. They said they would stop shooting at ships. And what happened 24 hours ago? They started shooting at ships again. Now, they were good. They were well behaved for about a week, but then they started shooting at ships. So the deal is very simple. If they shoot at ships, we're going to knock the hell out of them. And it's that simple. And that's the basic way it's going to work. Now, the president maintains a lot of options. I'm obviously not going to tell you exactly what's going to happen tonight, but the president has said to them very simply, the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open. That means oil and gas is going to flow to the American people. That's why we see gas prices starting to come down. That's why we see the oil prices so low, is because the president said that crucial artery through which we ship a lot of the world's energy, that artery has got to remain open. And that is what the Iranians have to know. If they try to close it down, there's going to be a response for the American military. It's that simple. That's the deal. They can either follow it, or they can have exactly what happened to them last night. It's just going to keep on happening until they open up that lane and stop shooting at ships. It's simple. Most of all,
interesting update. You know,
he said the blockade.
Yes. Okay, continue.
So he said the blockade, guys. So keep in mind what CENTCOM posted today is this. They posted this in Farsi and in English. I'll just keep the audio off so we can talk. So they said that we have over 20 ships still right there. Everything's ready. And it's a clear sign, in my opinion, that they are willing to put the blockade back on at any moment. Now, the planes you see here are currently bombarding the southern coast of Iran, as well as the ships. They're also launching missiles, and that's confirmed. As JD just said, They couldn't behave. No one's surprised that they couldn't behave. And what I'm expecting is, okay, revoking the oil waiver, putting the sanctions back on them, great step. Let's put the blockade back on them. We got hundreds of ships out over the past week. Let's finish the job. You've been saying, the United States military has been saying that it won't take that long to finish them off. It'll take a week, maybe 2. You can do it. This is a great time to do it. Khamenei's body is still in Iraq. It's not even in Iran at this point. The strikes continuing means he can't even be buried. But in other words, I feel like if they begin striking the repression elements, the ones responsible for killing the people, instead of these military targets on the southern coast of Iran, there will be much more pressure on the Islamic Republic to come to the table. What do you think?
That's true, but with regards to Ali Khamenei's body, I don't even know if you could get it back to Iran even without with this military operations stopping, because here, let me show you. It seemed like somebody stole it. No, like I'm not. Look at this video.
I saw this, yeah.
Like, stop! Where are you going? Look at this guy's shocked with his face. Look what's happening. Oh my God, they're leaving. They're fighting. What's happening? I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening.
Can you show the beginning?
Okay, I don't think that. I don't know if there's. I don't think they're stealing it. The caption says stole Khamenei's coffin in Iraq. I think they might be saving it. I think a lot of people. You can see the woman there like really crying. I think people were doing weird things with it. I think they're saving it. I'm not. The caption says stealing it. But yeah, okay, let's go to the beginning. I know this is not the Ali Khamenei's body, by the way. I think this is the I think this is the too small. I think this is the grandchild.
Yeah.
Right?
That looks like a small coffin.
But the caption says Ali Khamenei, and this Arabic thing back down here says Ali Khamenei. I think this is the coffin for the grandchild of Ali Khamenei. But let's look at this. Go. Open. What a SHIT show. What the hell?
There's so many jokes that I can make about that, and I think I prefer not to, because none of them are good. Okay. But you guys get it, child coffin, Muslim, yeah.
Ew. Oh my God. Okay. Here's the thing. So, can I show you another video?
Yes, please.
So how Rubio was like looked really upset in the past few days? Okay.
I love that.
He doesn't look very upset anymore. Maybe good things are about to come. Look at this.
Do you think
I got to know him. So I've said that about a lot. Rational. I think they're much more rational.
So Neoberg was saying, my favorite politician, Marco Rubio, is happy again, unlike last time Trump spoke about Iran. Something has shifted. So I don't know.
Yeah. So guys, in this clip, someone just asked Donald Trump, you used to say that the leaders of Iran were rational like a month ago. What happened? And Donald goes, I got to know him. And Rubio's like, it's like, yeah, I told you.
That's like, see, guys, last live stream, somebody was angry with me in the chat saying like, no, Armin, President Trump didn't just realize how bad the Islamic Republic is. He knew it from the very beginning. Oh, really? Oh, really? I said, I think Marco Rubio knew this from the beginning. President Trump is realizing this right now. So, now you see President Trump is admitting it himself. Look, listen to this, that he didn't know, that we knew that you cannot negotiate with these mother tuckers. And President Trump is now learning that we were right about this, that Rubio was right about this. Look at this.
Do you think I got to know him?
I got to know.
I've said that about a lot. Now, when you say rational, I think they're much more rational. Do you think that?
Yeah. So you're saying that you said they were rational. Now you're saying that they're cuckoo, but cuckoo bananas. Is like, what happened? What changed? It's like, I got to know them. Yes.
Got to know 'em.
See? Yes. So somebody's saying BS Armin. BS Armin? President Trump is admitting, he's saying it himself. So no, BSU. There are no
we have
rational.
another round of explosions going on again. So the strikes have officially not stopped. They've been going on for 3 hours now. Whew. Oh man.
Wow. Show us.
I like that. So right before that, you know what? You're touching on something really good, which is that I think it is much more clear that Donald Trump was genuinely trying to install something like a Delcy Rodriguez in Venezuela with the Islamic Republic. And that person is Ghalibaf, which we've been talking about. He's like the face of the Islamic Republic at the moment. In fact, like, if anyone doesn't know who that is, he's the guy who what's like the most thing, like internationally thing that we can say, because people even show his face, like no one really cares. He's the guy who came to Switzerland. He went to Islamabad. He talked to JD Vance.
Wait, look at this. Saying no, sorry, sorry, Armin, Trump knew. Okay, then he's lying here. Here, look, I found the full video. No, sorry, Armin, Trump knew. No, Rubio knew. Trump is learning. Can't know everything. Trump is learning. I know you want to think that Trump knows everything, but nobody can know everything. At least Trump, unlike you guys, learns from experience. You guys keep insisting that, no, I'm right, you're wrong, with no explanation. Trump is learning. You are not learning. Trump is smarter than you because you refuse to learn. Trump doesn't refuse to learn. Here's the full context.
What changed, and do you think I got to know him? So I've said that about a lot. Now, when you say rational, I think they're much more rational than level 1, level 2. Level 1 is gone, level 2 is gone. This is level 3. I think they are more rational, but based on their actions over the last week or two, they're not doing a service to the people. And I think more than anything else is I got to know them. And I'm not sure I want to make a deal with them. We can play games, but I'm not sure I want to make a deal. Let's just finish the job.
See, based on their actions in the past few days, I'm not sure if I want to make a deal with them. So he's saying I learned something new based on their actions in the past few days. Trump looks, learns, adjusts. You who insist that, no, this is the case, and even if evidence doesn't change your mind, Trump is better than you because Trump looks at the evidence, readjusts his views. You don't. Trump is smarter than you.
And so the people that we have on here actually at the moment would be a good second to talk about them. So all of these people are in the UK right now. They just touched down, and they actually took the different Air Force One. There's 2 Air Force Ones at the moment, the new one and the old one, they're calling them. It seems like on the way from Turkey to the UK, Trump was slightly worried about the possibility of being assassinated, and he took a different plane than his regular Air Force One in a more stealthy way. But everything's all good, and he is in the UK at the moment. The man on the right side of the screen, Scott Bessent, has resumed cash payments to the country of Iraq. And that is because that Iraq has shown that they are willing to go after IRGC-backed proxies, and also just promised Bessent today that none of this money, this US dollars that they're getting from the US, will go to the proxies, will go to the IRGC proxies. The man on the left side of the screen, Pete Hegseth, was scheduled to be in Israel today and to meet with Netanyahu and other IDF commanders. That meeting got canceled, and he is back in the UK. Not sure why that may have happened, but it seems like instead of the in-person meeting, they had a phone call. And in the phone call, they also informed Israel and Bibi that they were going to strike tonight. This conference is hours before the strikes began, with all sorts of wild statements coming out. This was actually kind of last night, our time, and it was great. I was really happy. I went to bed happy listening to all of that. So there's a little bit of before I get into a little bit of a subtle piece of news here, I was wondering, Armin, what you thought about how the way the strikes tonight and last night are clearing things up, along with the language that Donald Trump's saying. For 47 years, they've done this. They've killed 52,000 protesters. He also said that today. We're tired of them. They're cuckoos. They're crazy, this and that. Then the strikes tonight have been the most intense strikes by far since the beginning of the war, of the February 28th war. They're destroying a lot of the key logistical hubs and military ports. They're targeting key barracks and commanders. There's a lot of chatter through Iranian channels that one of the Salman Corps commander has been taken out, and other such things.
Yeah, we have to see.
But we have to see about that.
Yeah.
With all of these,
that's amazing news if it's true. Yeah.
Yeah, I completely agree. With all these key facilities being hit, it seems like they're paving the way to open up themselves for the option of Marines landing and taking some strategic places. We've had everything from Bushehr to Kharg Island to every single island in the Persian Gulf being hit. That has not happened before. They haven't touched these places before. So right. I think, in my opinion, that they're just giving themselves the option to use the USS Boxer by eliminating all of these defenses that the IRGC has.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I do think that they're putting all options on the table. I think that they are not going to make a final decision until they see how the Islamic Republic reacts to all of this. And all of this talk, all of this aggressive talk might actually turn into like significant military operations, including taking Khark Island, for example, or some other taking over of, cities or islands in southern Iran by the Marines and USS Boxer. It could also just put the United States in a position where it scares the Islamic Republic to a degree where they're coming back to the negotiating table and give the Americans more of what they want. So it could go either way. But whatever happens in the short term, long term, major military clash between the Islamic Republic and the United States is inevitable. There is no stopping this, right? So this is what you guys. A lot of people get frustrated that President Trump keeps stopping and going, stopping the military operations. But President Trump started something that no other president has done before. And when you start that, you cannot unstart that. And that is responding to the Islamic Republic's aggressions to the United States and the rest of the world, right? So, I know we have our criticism for President Trump, but it is true that President Trump is the only U.S. president that started this. The Islamic Republic has already waged war, declared war against the United States for 47 years. And not a single president in the United States did anything about it until President Trump. And once this response starts, we're going to have up days, we're going to have down days. We're going to have escalation, we're going to have de-escalation. But we're not going to go back to the same old. The fundamentals are so at odds with each other. This is a can of worms that once you open it, you cannot undo it, which is good because we had to. This should have been done earlier, and this military conflict between the United States and Islamic Republic will continue, and the only thing that will stop it is the fall of the Islamic Republic. There is no deal. There is no MOU. There is no negotiation. There is no paper that you could sign that will stop this. The only thing that will eventually stop this is the fall of the Islamic Republic. So it could happen sooner or it could happen later. We could have down days, we could have up days, we could have de-escalation days or major escalation days. But let me tell you something, Ellie. After Operation Midnight Hammer, people were asking, is this over? And we said it can't be over. There's another one coming, right? There's another one coming. And then it came. Operation Epic Fury happened. Now, after Operation Epic Fury ended, people are asking, did it end? Just like we were right about what happened after Operation Midnight Hammer and eventually Operation Epic Fury happened, I can tell you that one way or another, there's going to be something huge happening again after Operation Epic Fury. The timing is hard to predict or impossible to predict, but there is no way to stop this.
Yeah, let's run through why it's so good for the United States to get rid of the Islamic Republic. And real quick, I'm going to point out that this was during the NATO summit in Turkey. And we're going to go through what Armin was just talking about here. On the right side of the screen, there's a guy in military outfit. That's General Kane. He's in charge of this entire operation with the Islamic Republic, and he was there in Turkey. And he spoke to many of the different NATO commanders. Now, the other thing is, of course, Scott Besson giving us a beautiful smile here, looking like an absolute supervillain. But if we want to talk about why the United States is going to finish the job here, it's because, well, they kind of have to. And let me show you why they have to. They don't really have a choice anymore because of the United States' oil reserves. So let's take a look at what the oil reserves are at and how they're doing. Doesn't seem like they're doing too well. That little arrow on the right is you are here. We just took a sharp plunge down. We were at all-time highs. Then the war started. We came back down. Then the blockade, and we got some ships through. This whole fiasco for the past couple of months kind of went back up, and now we're way down again. So we've released a ton of oil from the United States' reserves, and we've stabilized the price of oil at around 75 at the moment. I think it's 75. Let me just check real quick. 77 actually climbed back up. Just an hour ago, actually, just 2 hours ago, it was at 70, 75, 76. We're back up to 77.6. Okay. What if during the midterms, the Bab el-Mandeb closes from the Houthis? They've been active this week. They've already attacked 4 different times. The Strait of Hormuz closes, which is not a far cry. We've seen it happen multiple times now. And the U.S. is just left to rot in terms of oil. Russia's oil refineries are not any longer pumping oil into the world markets. They are screwed. Last night, the biggest oil refinery in Russia was obliterated. The biggest one. It was also 100 miles outside of the largest range strike that Ukraine's ever done. So Ukraine just beat their world record for the longest range strike they did, hit the biggest oil refinery in Russia, blew it up. Russia's struggling. Their gas prices in Russia, equivalent to US dollars, is 12 to 30. Well, now it's probably $14 a gallon. A couple of days ago, it was $12. They're suffering. They're not going to be pumping oil out into the world. If the Gulf countries are also not going to be pumping oil out into the world, that's really, really bad for everyone. If our reserves were still stocked like sky high, we'd be totally fine. We'd be making a ton of money. But we're approaching levels where it's getting a little dangerous just on a logistical level here. Not only that, how much money does it cost the United States to fight terrorism in the Middle East? How much do we have to pay countries like Iraq and Israel and different payments? Why won't we just get rid of the IRGC and we never have to deal with that again? These countries themselves, Iraq is showing a willingness in the past few weeks to go after them. The Iranian people will go after them no matter what. Israel has always been going after them. Let's leave it up to the professionals in the Middle East who know the politics and the different know-hows of the Islamists. Let's leave it up to them. Let's finish off the job here. What are the other points that you think, in your opinion, are beneficial for the United States to get rid of the Islamic Republic, Armin?
With regards to the oil reserves, isn't it like operationally is bad that we are at such low oil reserves levels, but financially,
Correct.
hasn't it been amazing for the United States selling
Correct.
their oil reserves at high prices and now buying it back at low? Like US is making a killing, keep selling its oil reserves at the highest prices and then buying it back at the low. Like financially, they're
Correct.
like they might be running out of oil, but they're swimming in money. No, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
that's the only problem
Right.
is that you make so much money, you've profiteered off of it so hard, but at the end of the day, you are running out of oil. You can only go
Right.
so far with it. We're stuck at that point now.
Right. Okay. Wait, can I show you something?
Yeah, of course.
Here. Okay. This is interesting. So you know Mohsen Rezai, right?
Yeah. He's been saying a lot
So
of things.
guys, Mohsen Rezai, which is used to be a huge IRGC leader. Khamenei eventually got rid of him because he doesn't like it. But now with the death of Ali Khamenei, he's now the military advisor of the Beit Rahbari. So he's supposed to, if Mujtaba, which nobody knows if he's dead or alive, he's supposed to be right now the main advisor to Mujtaba Khamenei on all things military. The number one, if you look at the boom boom sheet, like it's interesting because Ali Khamenei hated him. That's why they put him, they removed all of his position from him. But as soon as Ali Khamenei died, the office of the Supreme Leadership brought him into the Supreme Leadership office, the Beit Rahbari, and they made Mohsen Rezai the military advisor to the Supreme Leader, which is like a really high rank, right? He was.
Can you give
just
us the
on
crazy
TV.
stats about this guy? The crazy facts about him?
Oh, so he killed his own son. He ran for president once, and his solution for fixing Iran's economy was to arrest all dual citizens in Iran who are American and Iranian, and asking United States for money for releasing them as a way to fix Iran's economy. So that was his campaign promise for fixing Iran's economy.
He's a
Which shows how
He's a psychopath.
right. So yeah, my God. But now he was on TV, on state TV, by the Islamic Republic. So let me just play what he says here.
این من تقاضا میکنم از دوستانی که مخالف مذاکرات هستن صبر و حوصله بکنن. این مذاکرات خود آمریکایی‌ها از بین میبرن. این اصلا اون نمیذارن این به نتیجه برسه. کما اینکه الان میبینیم.
So he's saying so he's talking to all the pro-regime Iranians who are so tired of the negotiations and so tired of the MOU and want to go back to war. He's saying, don't worry, have patience, guys, have patience. The Americans themselves are going to violate the ceasefire and we're going to go back to war. So he's saying, even don't worry about our side not going back to war. The Americans will bring us. I mean, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's like he's like, you want war? The Americans will bring us war. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. So
can you go?
Yeah, go on.
Sorry, can you go to like 14 seconds in? Just like where it shows his face close up.
Oh, yeah.
I just want people look, guys, look at this. Okay. This guy has killed his own son, and he's said all these crazy, crazy things, but he looks like someone. If anyone has a guess at who I'm thinking, what does he look like? Has anyone watched Sesame Street?
I used to, but I don't remember the characters.
Guys, doesn't he look like this? This guy? Right here? I think so.
Does he? Okay. He
so.
doesn't have a nose though, that guy. Okay. Grover. No, the Count. Yeah, the Count. He looks more like the Count.
True.
Yes. Can I share something with you? And you know how people say, Armin, you're good at understanding the Durka jihadi people and what they do. Like you're good at explaining them. they did something that I can't explain. I don't understand. So I need your help. Okay. So guys, every time these jihadi Derka people do something, you know, people are like, that's so stupid. Why are they doing that? And then I come and explaining to you the theology, the beliefs, the traditions, the reason why they do these crazy things, what they're thinking about it. But today, I saw something. I'm like, what? What? Okay. Okay. What is this? I don't even know which part of Shia Islam is this. So I need you guys to help me understand, you know, Durka insanity in this next video. And I don't even know if you're guys gonna catch it. So the video that I'm about to show you is the truck that holds Ali Khamenei's body. Okay, and it's gonna go by here. So it's gonna go down here, right? And I saw something that I was just, yeah, this is why. Okay, so watch this, Ali. See if you catch it. If you don't catch it, I will play it again. Did you catch it?
Yeah, I did catch it.
Okay, so guys, you can see the truck. These are all the bodies of Ali Khamenei and his family. Okay. I don't understand this part.
Right there.
What is right there? Look at that. What is this guy doing here? What is guys? This is the truck with Ali Khamenei's body. Why did they tie a man? Did they tie a man to the front of the truck? What is this? Is this like Mad Max? This is like Mad Max. What is
it is?
like,
it's exactly like Mad Max.
Yeah, like Fine Stress is saying, "Oh my god, I didn't even see him." Yeah.
No, where'd he go?
Why?
There he is.
I knew you guys. Oh my god, yeah. Wait, but why? But why? Somebody like this is Ali Khamenei's body in the truck. Why do you have this guy tied to the front? What is this?
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not enough people died at the funeral.
Can somebody explain this to me? I don't get it. Like, I've been following these people all my life, and I don't know. Is there a hadith for this? Somebody help me out here, guys. Help me out here. I've been giving you a lot of information. Can somebody give me some information?
I can't help you with that.
No? What the hell?
Again, does it? I always say this, but Islam goes after or goes against every natural instinct of a human being.
Oh my god.
And it never fails to surprise me.
Yeah, look at the Mad Max Fury Road, whatever. What is this? You know, it does make sense because they want to be Shaheed. You know, Shaheed is so martyr in Islam is Shaheed. Shaheed is somebody who you witness. So you die to be so that you could be a witness. So Mad Max, the people who are doing this kind of stuff, they say like witness. What do they say in Mad Max? Like witness me. Maybe these people watch too much Mad Max because it resonated with them. Yeah,
that's a good point. Yeah. That's a good point. Armin, how much money would I have to pay you to do that? Be like, hey, Armin, I'm just gonna tie you to the front of this truck, and we're gonna like go throughout town. How much would I have to pay you?
There's not enough money in the world because for no money I would risk my life for no amount of money. Yeah.
Oh man, how much money do you think this guy?
I think this guy did it for free. To be honest,
he did it for free
with this. Yeah. They say witness me.
Man,
Jesus God,
it's freaking psychopaths. So, there's a subtle hint of some sort of signaling here, which is that this United Kingdom operated mine ship that has been operating or been actually sitting off the coast of Oman here. So I'll show you guys where that is. So in the little port of Duqm, or Duqm, I don't know how to pronounce it, there has been a little UK mine ship just sitting in port there for a while. And today it decided that it was going to get up and leave, and it started going to the Persian Gulf. So this came at the same day, so it was last night for them, today for us, that the UK, France, Germany, and I think a couple other ones have declared that they're going to conduct an operation in the Sea of Oman starting today for the next few days. Given that they only have mine ships in the area, it looks like they're getting prepared to demine the strait. So it does also make sense that the Strait of Hormuz is being heavily bombarded to get all of these coastal defenses out of there, especially the speedboats. Seems like about 60 speedboats were taken out last night, and then today more of the same. So I think we're paving the way for something to happen. All of this screams preparation to me, in particular. We're seeing a little bit of signs of it too. So, but moving on up to the capital, Armin, I think something's been happening, because on this highway, on the northeastern part of Tehran, there is a big fire. And you can see the smoke of it happening here. People are claiming that this is a radar installation in charge of protecting the city. Who knows for sure? It's not like we can go there and check. But people are being active, as well as there was another city that was also experiencing some gas leaks here. By gas leaks, we mean Immortal Guard, CIA, Mossad agents there. So now that we have majority of the news covered, quick little update. So last night, Bahrain and Kuwait were both hit by ballistic missiles and drones. Their power went out. It wasn't supposed to go out, apparently, but it did. When the officials have apologized that the power went out. So that was not planned. And then Bahrain responded today by hitting the Islamic Republic. So it only took them getting hit 20 times in a row for them to finally hit back, which is great. So with that, should we read the super chats?
Yes, let's read the super chats.
So Fleshy is saying boom boom counter. The boom boom counter for today alone in terms of explosions is up 200, is upwards of 200, 250 easily.
No way. Really?
Yeah. Yep, over 200 strikes today. So last night, CENTCOM claimed 80. The IRGC took that number, added 5 onto it, and said, we struck 85 targets of the United States facilities in Kuwait and Bahrain. Zart, that's a lie. Well, the U.S. today has struck much more than that. So let's see if the IRGC comes out and adds a number and says, yeah, we did that too. But thank you so much, Flashy. And Ida saying, hey guys, do you think they will go after Israel this time? I don't think so. I don't think so until unless Israel. Okay, so listen, Israel has nothing
not meaningfully
anymore. Yeah. Israel now has nothing stopping it. They were told by the U.S. to stop hitting Hezbollah so hard because they wanted to talk. But now that Donald Trump's like, it's over, we're not talking to them anymore, ceasefire's off, Israel is probably going to take this opportunity to hammer Hezbollah and maybe even finish them off for real. If that happens, at that point, I would say the highest likelihood of an IRGC response is right then, when Israel launches a full-out attack. What do you think?
You know, Israel would be like, I dare you, please. Ooh, I'm itching to come into this war. Just give me an excuse. Because if they hit Israel, Israel would be like, well, you can't tell me not to strike them now, right? Because right now, United States is like, Israel is Israel. Israel. Okay, we got this. Okay, Israel like, oh, I want to get in. I want to get in. I want to get in. And it's like, hold on. But obviously, if they get hit, Israel like, I'm sorry,
That's
what?
it.
You can't hold me back. So Israel's like, ooh, just give me something. Just give me any reason. Islamic Republic, I dare you. I double dare you. Please, get me in. Let me in. So yeah, I think the Islamic Republic, if they do that, that's really stupid because they're basically opening the gates to Israel coming in and I don't know, making quotlets out of these people.
At some point, we should make a tier list of the stupidest things that the Islamic Republic has done in the past 6 months. I think striking the 3 ships yesterday is probably in like the top 5 stupidest things that they've done. Striking Israel would be top 5 as well. So that'd be a bad idea.
Tap me in, please. Yes. Yes, exactly.
So yeah, thank you, Ida.
Thank you.
Also, Israel already has an operation plan. They already picked their targets to strike in Tehran, which means, guys, they're saying that around the funeral. So that means that they picked some people to destroy. And Amir gifting 5 Liberty Politics memberships. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. And Fleshy Interloper saying this is already beyond a love tap. It is
true.
It's just it's a very, very strong love tap. I would say breaking the boundaries here. I would just like to see the real, like if you hit Tehran, if you hit the capital city, and if you went after these ballistic missile launchers, like the sites, and closed the tunnels again, I'd be like, okay, that's way more than a love tap. We're doing great. Okay, breaking news. Donald Trump has just said that they, meaning Iran, called a little while ago. They want to make a deal. Have we heard this before, ladies and gentlemen? I think we've been here before a few times. Very familiar, very, very familiar cycle. So let's wait until we hear more of that. And Fleshy also said, no quotlets. There's some military and IRGC officers that are already confirmed to be dead, but no one of significant importance, no commanders yet. So yeah, but hey, hopefully soon we make some yummy kotlets. Mr. Ed is saying follow Max.
You know, Fleshy, we haven't had kotlets for a long time. Like yeah. So yeah, for sure.
And Mr. Ed said, follow Max Afterburner. It's a must. He's an ex-fighter pilot and has the real dirt on what's really going on. Fighting in the mountains and electronic warfare on the way. He posted 6 hours ago. Yeah, we really also say most of the things that he says, except he has a bigger focus on the air component of it, of all the planes and what they're capable of. And I've listened to him over the past few months quite a lot to get info on what the different planes, like the Sentries, the E-3 Sentries, the radar planes, the fighter jets, what are their capabilities, and trying to get a better gauge on that. So yeah, that's a great suggestion. Thank you.
Great advice.
And Jedi is saying Zahuk followers to the Iraqis who are trying to rub the foreign minister of the Islamic Republic's head and then rub themselves on the face. It's disgusting. I mean, that guy's sweating. It's hot in there. Just imagining you don't even know who these people are. They're just rubbing their unwashed hands all over your face. It's just.
Well, speaking of rubbing hands, he at the funeral, you know this guy? This is Ali Khamenei's, eldest son. Yes, oldest son. And his head was rubbed at the funeral. I mean, look at this here.
God. Oh, man.
So somebody just like came in and just sort of like, give me some of that holy. Look at that.
Oh,
Give me some of that holiness. Do not don't hold back. Give me that holiness. Put it in the cloth.
all right.
Put it in the cloth. so
Sheesh.
So yeah, it just comes and rubs his face with a cloth to get the holiness. You know the weird thing about this, I don't know, everything about it is weird, but even Islamically, this is weird because this guy, he's not an ayatollah. He's not a mujtahid. He's not an ayatollah. He's not a marja. Okay, he's not even a regime official. No, he's Ali Madda. No, Ali Khamenei's son would not be a Madda. He's nothing.
So he's just
like
nothing.
He's nothing. He's just Ali Khamenei's son, and for that he gets a rub in the face. Like you think this man has holiness in him? He's not a marja. He's not an ayatollah. He's not a mujtahid. He's just Ali Khamenei's. He's not a regime official. He has no role within the Islamic Republic. He's only Ali Khamenei's son. And for that, he gets a rub.
You know, we oftentimes try to apply logic in rationality. I think I'm trying to throw that out the window and just be like, okay, doesn't make sense at all. All right.
Never mind. Anyways.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, sorry, Ali's mom. I know. Sorry, I need to be better. Okay.
Sorry. No, it's all good.
Yes.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the breaking news of today. Unless something new comes out. Again, I don't like that. I don't like that statement, Armin. I don't like that statement.
Which one? The one that I just made?
Like. No, I don't. No, not that. I don't like this. I don't like this.
This is rubbing me the wrong way. That's the one. Oh, this one.
I don't like this statement, guys.
Ooh, see, I knew it. Yeah. This just happened, right? Yes.
Yeah, this just happened 10 minutes ago.
Oh my God, Feinstra's in the chat is gonna be like, I knew it. Where is it? Feinstra's? Are you here? Give us what you're gonna say. I did. Yes. So people. Boo. People are saying boo. Oh my God, boo. You know, we still don't know which way it's gonna go, but I did say one of the options is that President Trump is doing all of this to get the Ghalibaf call. Didn't I say, guys? Didn't I say in the previous stream with the monkey that Ghalibaf, we're gonna see what Ghalibaf is gonna give, because this is gonna, all of this talk of, you know, it's over. These people cannot be negotiated with. There's no way to make a deal with these people. This is gonna scare Ghalibaf, and Ghalibaf is gonna get on the phone, and he's gonna try to offer so much. And did you watch the stream that I did? I said that whether or not we're going to go to significant military operation depends on what Ghalibaf comes and offers to the Americans on the phone.
No, I actually didn't listen to that. I was talking to the Iranians in the Discord group, but can you summarize it?
Oh, no, I did. I just did. That was it, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, for those of you who don't know,
it is a good negotiating tactic to come and say, like, yep, it's over. We're gonna go and F these people up, get your infrastructure ready. We're gonna blow them up. Every time President Trump does that, the Islamic Republic gets on the table and he's like, please, no. Here, we give you this, we give you this, we give you this. Right? So again, we still don't know. This could also be a show. This could also, well, you know, when President Trump came out and said the deal. No, I remember in the group call I told you this. I said this could be just a game for President Trump to pressure the Islamic Republic to give in. So when President Trump came out and said that, yeah, I'm gonna, it's over, ceasefire is over, I told you it doesn't necessarily mean that the ceasefire and the negotiations are over. But I will also say this now. Now that President Trump is saying they want to make a deal, it doesn't mean that they're going to negotiate. This could also be a way for President Trump to catch them off guard and hit them harder. So when President Trump says the ceasefire is over, it doesn't necessarily mean the ceasefire is over. Okay. And when President Trump comes and says we're making a deal, that might be when he hits them the most, hardest, right? So the only way to judge what President Trump is going to do is to watch he does, not what he says. What he says could be serious, or it could also be just mind games, right? The only thing we know is going to happen is what happens.
Yeah, so he has done that before, as you just said. And he's also done the opposite. So you're right. We have to see what happens here. For those of you who don't know, Ghalibaf is the person inside the Islamic Republic that Trump is talking to and cutting this sort of deal with. Someone is saying Trump is live. Could you check that real quick and see if that's...
Yeah, but I'd rather get the clips from the parts that he talks about Iran rather than just watching it live.
True.
Completely. Yeah.
Right. So he's talking to that guy in the Islamic Republic, but that guy, it's not like he controls the Islamic Republic. It's not like Ghalibaf is in charge of everything. There's the IRGC faction. Then there's Ghalibaf with the political power. The IRGC want war. They want what we want, to be honest. They want war. Ghalibaf is trying to keep them under control so that he can assume power, full power. If Donald Trump strikes this heavily, the IRGC are itching to respond and go back to a full-on war. Ghalibaf's job is made harder by having to keep the IRGC under control. But if the US comes and they assassinate some of these IRGC leaders that are against Ghalibaf, that might make his job easier. I think we're still seeing the start of the operation. I think it'll continue on for a little bit longer, which would make complete sense, unless the hundreds of strikes that they've done tonight really did take care of all the coastal defenses, which I'm not too sure about. So yeah, where's Gorgon? Where is that? Oh, okay. We've been getting some strange reports today that in the north of Iran, there's some explosion sounds, but I can't get any verification of it. In like several different locations, there's sounds of that. Anyway, the next super chat here is from Leo saying, Armin, shout out to the discussion group. I don't usually participate, but I always walk away more informed. Thanks for building such a lovely community.
Oh my God.
I think Leo was talking about the school group that we have. Could it be?
Our discussion group. Guys, make sure you join our discussion group. We have daily group calls in our discussion group. Here, like this one. Not that one. This one. Thank you, Leo. Yeah, guys. Oh, and Ali has a group call today.
Yes.
Yes, later today.
Yes, although today I won't be able to make it today. I had prior appointments today, so I will tell people about that. But guys, you can come and talk to us. It's free to sign up. It's free to come to the open politics discussions. And yeah, why not? You can come ask your questions. If we missed any, you can get your back and forths with us. And my sessions are not streamed or recorded. You can say your real opinions. You ask your real questions, however personal they may be. Oh, no, we are seeing. Okay, yeah, and yes, we'd like to see you guys sign up. It's just the link in the description. It's in every single one of our streams. We do this every day. If you guys click on that, join our group discussion. We'll see you guys there. And with that, thank you so much, Leo, for giving us the opportunity to promote that. I think she knows. I think she knows what she's doing.
Thank you, Leo.
So with that, we have a bit of breaking news here.
Breaking news.
Yeah.
Okay. No, go ahead. Breaking news.
So, according to Ilya Hashemi, which is another type of Vahid online figure, just not as credible as he is reporting that there are sounds of explosions in Gorgan. Gorgan is north of Iran. Gorgan is here. That's Gorgan right there. Let me just put a point on there. Boom. Look where that is. That's all the way up there. All that's left is for Vahid Online or someone else to confirm that. Because Ilya doing it is a big deal. He's not a nobody. But that's very interesting. I don't know what possibly could be happening here. It's very interesting. But yeah, that's a quick little news flash, and we'll follow that. Noah, the Persian American, is saying, is the casket cardboard? It seems light by the way they were running. Yeah, that was a child's coffin. It was a small one. I don't know why they were running with it in such a hurry. It makes no sense. Someone's chasing after them, being like, no, don't bring it away. And like security's physically pulling him away. I don't know what the story is there. Maybe one day we'll find out. But yeah, there's no body. Ali Khamenei's body was thoroughly destroyed by the United States and Israel. There's nothing left. Thank you, Noah. And Fleshy saying, what is this weirdness with the coffin? Your guess is just as good as mine.
It's idolatry. It's Shia nonsense. It's Shia's obsessions with dead bodies.
It's just weird. It's horrifyingly weird. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you, Fleshy. And Justin saying, of course Trump had been told these Islamic Republic guys are cuckoo. But like a smart strategist, he got to know his opponent for himself, not just take someone else's word for it. I mean, if I had Marco Rubio personally advising me, I would take his word on everything. He'd be like, hey, wear this shirt today. I'd be like, yes, sir, I'm wearing this shirt today. Whatever you say, Marco.
Whatever you say, Marco. Okay. Wow, guys, Ali's love for Marco is at another level. Whatever you say, Marco. Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, Justin, Justin, you could be right, and you could also not be right. It's I oftentimes wish I was in Donald Trump's head. Oftentimes.
But I do agree that President Trump learns as he goes, and he observes.
He does learn.
Tries. Yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, he adjusts. So I agree with that. What Justin is saying. I mean, I've followed President Trump since before he became president. I used to watch Apprentice all the time. Like he has an opinion. Then he gets an experience, and then he changes opinions based on his experience, which is the right thing to do.
That's great. As a scientist, I am very much a proponent of that.
Yes. Guys, look at Ali's face. You see that? That's when he sees interesting news.
Yeah, so apparently he is talking. Donald Trump is talking right now in some sort of interview or whatever, but he's saying that I am the number one target by the Islamic Republic before anyone else. So maybe that's why he took the old Air Force One that had greater defense capabilities on his way back to the UK from Turkey today. And he has also said that the Islamic Republic has targeted 3 ships, not 2. And any future attack we will respond to with much greater force. And then he's saying his usual stuff. So we already achieved a huge military victory. It has very little capability left. We've heard that before. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Justin, for the super chat. And Nechma said, Trump switched from the new Qatari Air Force One to his old American Air Force plane. I cannot possibly imagine why. Yeah, probably security reasons. Yeah, I would imagine.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So he said that he is the #1 person on the Islamic Republic's kill list. Then he took a different Air Force One than he normally does, or has been, and he's been saying it again. So it looks like some sort of information got to him today or yesterday that he is being actively targeted by the Islamic Republic. And the Islamic Republic knew that Trump would be in Turkey from over a month ago. So I wouldn't be surprised if some plot was foiled and that reached his ears. Thank you, Nechma. And Fleshy is saying, if the Marines land barefoot, is that still boots on the ground? That's a horrific image, because right now it's like 120 degrees in the south of Iran's beaches, and landing without boots would you'd probably be stuck to the beach. Honestly. Yeah.
That's Fleshy, that's amazing. Feet on the ground.
Feet on the ground. Thank you, Fleshy. And Don B is saying Iran's nuclear power plants hit. So the Bushehr power plant has been hit. It's been hit before, but this power plant is a facility with multiple buildings. The buildings that are not going to cause radioactive meltdowns have been hit. Yeah. And Justin is saying, yes, Armin, I call it, we've passed the event horizon. So we're at a point of no return, apparently.
Yes. This is basically when Trump went on to responding to the Islamic Republic. Now we have to go all the way. There is no going back to normal. There's no going back to the Cold War with the Islamic Republic. The Islamic Republic declared war against the United States. Once finally we get a president that responds to that, then we're gonna be in this phase for as long as it takes until the Islamic Republic falls. That's a good way of describing it. We've passed the event horizon. Good one.
Yeah. Thank you, Justin. And Ace is saying, Armin, I was basing my opinion about Trump knew they are cuckoo liars on the hostage crisis and Soleimani, October 7th and January 8th and 9th. Love you both. Love you too.
Well, of course, of course Trump knew these people are cuckoo. He knows it. Like, he knew that since the 80s. We have videos of President Trump. We played videos of President Trump talking about these people being cuckoo bananas from a long time ago, right? But I also think that President Trump had the impression that even with the most crazy people, you could make a deal. But these people are on a completely different level. Also, I think President Trump was also under the impression that we killed their crazy people, and now these people who are left are less crazy, or are easier to deal with. That's what his impression was. That we killed the first layer was cuckoo, we killed them. The second layer was cuckoo, we killed them. This third layer, let's try it out. Maybe they're more reasonable. And now he's like, well, maybe not actually. Right.
And to back that up, right now, so he apparently these audio clips.
But Ace, I agree with you.
Yeah, thank you, Ace. Apparently these clips and these statements are coming out from Donald Trump being on Air Force One, and Al Jazeera is reporting that Trump just said, I doubt the seriousness of Iran in reaching an agreement, and I do not trust that they will adhere to any deal in the future.
That's what we have been saying.
So he said that after he said the FATUX statement, of which, they called and they're begging to make a deal. So he said, Iran just called, they're begging to make a deal. Then he said, I don't think they'll adhere to any deal in the future.
That's so good. This is different from before.
Yes.
Right?
He actually hasn't said that.
Usually he says there's no hope with these people, and then it's like, actually, guys, they called me, they're giving me anything. This time he says they called me, they're offering a deal, after he's saying I don't think that. So this is a bit different from before.
So whatever they offered him right now was not enough.
It's not good enough. Was not good enough. He's like, these people are not serious. Like,
Yeah.
you've been promising me that you've been sweet talking me before, and we're still over here. I'm not gonna get, you're treating me like a sucker, and I'm no sucker, right?
Yeah.
You're treating me like, yeah. So that's good. This is, again, I'm not saying this is gonna guarantee to get us what we want immediately, right? So don't get like too, like, guys, we have been on this roller coaster many times, right? Many times. So just don't lose hope, but don't get your hopes up too high as well, right? Just keep at it. Like, we are in this war against Islamic Republic. Just steady, like, just hold your line, right? Don't get so excited to go forward and then get crushed with disappointment, but also don't retreat. Just hold the line. Whatever happens, whatever the enemy is doing, just hold the line.
And you can hold the line by just remembering that they cannot ever reach an agreement. The Islamic Republic will never, as long as you believe that they'll never give up the uranium, you can always count on the US applying pressure on the Islamic Republic. We've gotten this far already. They haven't talked about anything. They haven't even talked about nuclear, much less when it actually begins, if it does. We've had problems with the MOU. We can't even get to the real negotiations. None of these points, they're not willing to give up the ballistic missiles either. They're not going to will up to give up their proxies either. We're fine. We're still fine. This is going to happen. So, thank you, Ace. And Ida is saying, well, thank you. I love the explanation. That's why we're here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ida. We love having you here. We love your support. Ida is like a good, huge source of energy and motivation. I mean, many people here are, including Ida.
Thank you, Ida.
Thank you, Ida.
And guys, real quick, there's been like 10 people today spamming that, like, 2C's on. Okay, 2C's live. I'm going to go watch 2C. Guys, if you want to watch 2C, go watch 2C. You don't have to keep declaring it. It's okay. And with that, Blue Jay is saying Trump better tell them to F off. Apparently he did, because he said that wasn't enough for me. Whatever you Islamic people just offered me isn't not enough. So I don't think they're going to stick to their deal. I do think that the operations, these military operations, are going to continue tomorrow, maybe the day after. So I'm excited to see tomorrow. We just took out the defenses on the southern coast of Iran. Tomorrow, we should be striking some of the key cities and going after some of these commanders and targets here. Best case scenario, they go after the actual Basij thugs who man the checkpoints on the streets. That would be great to see. Thank you, Blue Jay. And Ave Rummy says only a ground invasion is going to work. Or only a ground invasion is it going to work? Depends on what you think a ground invasion is. An Iraq-style one wouldn't work here, nor does America have the appetite. To send in the Marines to take key locations to hit and move, that would be a great option. But for them to hold a spot and expose themselves to rockets, drones, and artillery from the Islamic Republic, it's a terrible idea. I don't want to see U.S. casualties at all. So we have to see what kind of plan Brad Cooper and Raising Cane came up with. But it is a possibility. They're laying the groundwork for it right now, and the Boxer is on this way with 3,000 Marines. And thank you, Avrami. And Reincarnation with a super sticker. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
RG Rappaport.
Can we go back to this one? Only a ground invasion is going to work. I don't think that's the only thing that's going to work. One thing that, by the way, thank you for the super chat. I think arming the Iranian people is the most cost-efficient way to, and you don't need boots on the ground. I mean, at a large scale, you might need just a a little bit at the bottom, at the southern Iran. But a ground invasion could be done. I mean, unless you make a ground invasion by the Iranian people, you could arm the Iranian people. I mean, that wouldn't be an invasion because it's their own country. But you don't need boots on the ground at the level that is required for ground invasion. You could just arm the Iranian people, and that would be the most cost-efficient way of toppling the Islamic Republic.
Yeah, thank you for that. And RG Rappaport was saying, Armin, great podcast with Haviv. Check out School of War podcast.
Thank you. Let me actually thank you for saying that. So, guys, I was on Ask Haviv Anything. It was a really good show. I really enjoyed the conversation that I had with Haviv. So I'll put a link to here, this one. It was this one. I think it was one of my best interviews. I think, I'm not sure. You guys could go watch it and let me know how it was. I'll put the link in the chat to that interview. Go watch it and let me know what you think. Wait. Go watch it, and I basically, the main point of the conversation was about the Iranian people, what they think about the MOU, what they think about the negotiations. Do they feel abandoned? Do they feel betrayed? Are they going to do another uprising? Why haven't they done an uprising? A lot of skepticism. About Princess of Pahlavi. He challenged me a lot. I defended Princess of Pahlavi a lot. He did a really good job in bringing all the skepticism people have, and I think I did a really good job defending Princess of Pahlavi against all the accusations against them. But go watch it, especially Iranians in the chat. Go watch it and see because I was trying to defend, our leader, and I'm hoping I did a good job. So go watch it and let me know if you think I did a good job, because it was very important for me to do that properly. Yeah,
sounds like a good interview.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Oh, look at this. Texas Troopers thing, saved it to my watch list. 5 stars is saying I'll watch it after this if I don't fall asleep. Okay. Well, then tell me if you watch it. Then tell me how it was. And thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Sweet. Okay.
And thank you for the compliment. Who was that? RG. RG. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that.
Thank you.
And thank you, Tom, for the super sticker.
And we have Ace saying, "Thanks, Armin. Empty nester mom here is satisfied." Oh no.
Oh. Well, yeah. Hi, and thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Ace. And Fleshy Interloper saying, Mossad restocked with drones yet? Ooh, I don't know, but if I knew that information, I'd probably be in danger.
Ooh.
I hope so. I hope so.
Well, I think another question is the U.S. Navy restocked, as the U.S. military restocked with missile defense system, missiles for the defense system. That's also important. I think that's a very important question.
I have something for you guys. I have a 30-second audio clip from President Trump on Air Force One, and he gets asked a very good question in particular. Let's see what you guys think about this.
And I say we hit them 20-1. Every time they hit us, we're going to hit them 20. And we did it last night. They did a little something today, but it was really retribution for last night. They hit actually 3 boats, not 2. And when they hit, we hit back much harder.
Are we returning to full-scale military conflict, sir?
I don't know. I don't know. We'd win it very quickly. It's another way of doing it. We have many ways we can win, but we've already won militarily. They have very little. They have very little left, and they want to make a deal so badly. They call.
Okay, I wish the audio clip didn't cut out there, guys. That was terrible audio. What he was asked by this reporter was, "Are we going to return Are we returning to a full-scale military conflict? He said, I don't know. I don't know. There's a lot of different ways. I wish I could find the second part of that clip because he said they called and then it cut off. Ah, I found it. Okay, hopefully this audio clip is a little bit better.
I don't know. We'd win it very quickly. It's another way of doing it. We have many ways we can win, but we've already won militarily. They have very little. They have very little left, and they want to make a deal so badly. They called a little while ago. They want to make a deal so badly. I just don't know if they're worthy of making a deal. I don't know that they're going to honor the deal. That's the problem. I don't.
Okay. Okay, so we heard him say that. Obviously, it makes sense for him to say, I don't know, maybe, maybe not. Okay. All right. I don't feel like I got too much out of that statement from him. I couldn't really tell by his tone either. A little bit of a poker face going on there. But yeah. Okay, so with that, can we take a look at something that I've been wanting to show you guys for a few days now? And I want to see what you guys think. So Armin already knows who this person is. I'm going to show you guys a couple of clips from Masoud Pezeshkian. He's an Iranian. He used to have a show. He's passed away for many years now, but he used to have a show. He used to talk about Iran and what's going to happen to Iran in the future, what's Trump going to do, what is everything that's going to happen. He made some predictions. He also has an epic last name. Pezeshkian means the God forgiver, which at this point, I think most of the Iranian people should have that last name. Not that they would be willing to forgive God at this point. But here we go. Wait, shoot. Let me open this up in a incognito tab. So you've heard of him before, right?
Yes, of course. Masoud
Yeah.
Pezeshkian.
Yeah, what do you think about him?
Well, I've seen a lot of his predictions come true. I haven't listened to him enough to know if that is cherry picking and selection bias after they happen, because you can't do that. But I've seen so many of his predictions come true. But again, people usually don't play you the ones that don't come true. So I don't know.
True. Very true. So here it is. I'll share this with you guys. And we'll translate it for you guys. It's in Farsi. Oh. There you go. Actually, the audio track is there. Let me just put it in Farsi.
And we're not hearing anything.
Okay, there we go.
We're not hearing anything.
Oh, you're not hearing it?
You forgot to share the audio of your tab when you shared the tab. So unshare and share again. There you go. Turn on the share.
Cool. There we go.
که این موشک‌ها رو از دست سپاه بگیرن. شما وارد مذاکره میشید، به نتیجه میرسید، تسلیمشون میکنید، موشک‌ها رو میگیرید، یه چند تا سردارم تحویل میدید، ساختار هرم قدرت رو به هم میزنید، بازی شروع میشه.
So what do you think about that so far? So guys, he just said in this chess match that's to come, and guys, this is years ago, a long time ago. I don't know if it's like we're talking about 15, 20 or more than like 20 years ago, but he's saying the way that you would deal with the Islamic Republic is you bring them to the negotiating table, you take away their missiles, you negotiate about the missiles, take away their missiles, and after you've gotten the missiles from them, maybe you take care of a few of their leaders, top officials, etc. And then the game starts. That's when the real chess game starts, after you've defanged them. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I mean, if impressive is true, but we don't yet know if it's true or not. So this is
Yeah.
something that a lot of people are listening, a lot of Iranians are listening to this and hoping that these predictions are true, but we cannot verify that yet until it happens. But this would be basically the 5D chess that many people are hoping that President Trump is doing. And many Iranians who are hopeful that President Trump is uh, basically messing with the Islamic Republic until they have the upper hand are hoping that Monouk's predictions are going to be true eventually, and basically Trump is doing exactly that.
True. Do you think we should just like not show it then, and just show something else?
No, I mean it's interesting. I mean, he's an important personality because a lot of Iranian people. So among some Iranian people think that maybe President Trump is appeasing the Islamic Republic too much, like Fine Strauss, for example, here in the chat. But so many of the Iranians who are pro-President Trump and thinking that this is all 5D chess, they look at Manouk and his predictions, because Manouk was a big fan of President Trump, and he thought President Trump is a genius, and he's doing everything according to a plan, and that you should just trust what he's doing. Just Trump. He's basically an Iranian political analyst. He died, but many years ago, he said that he basically came up with an idea that Trump is doing all of this based on a pre-written plan, and everything is moving based on this plan that he has. And now, because a lot of the things that are happening is getting close to his predictions, many Iranians that are hopeful that President Trump has an amazing plan for the toppling of the and that is eventually is going to lead to the toppling of the Islamic Republic, are hoping that if his predictions came true till now, maybe it will continue to become true, and that he was right about this all being part of a 5D chess plan. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
So this guy, Manouk, was before he died, he was a huge Trump plan. And he believed that Trump knows exactly what he's doing, and he's very clever, and he's a genius, and he will set a trap for the Islamic Republic, and the Islamic Republic will fall into that trap, right? So now that we're getting to these stages of the conflict between the Islamic Republic and United States, the Iranian people who are on President Trump's side and think that he knows what he's doing, and all of this is a trap for the Islamic Republic, they're going back to Manouk's analysis and saying Manouk knew President Trump better than anyone else.
Okay. Then, okay, I guess we just play this one clip and then we can just show something else.
بنابراین من نمیدونم چرا همه پنیک کردن، چرا گفت مذاکره میکنیم. خب باید مذاکره کنه که اینا رو بیاره پایین. مگه با گورباچه مذاکره نکردن؟ آقا با صدام لاس زدن، ماها لاس زدن، بعد زدن تو سرش، بعدم دستگیرش کردن، اعدامش کردن. مگه نکردن؟
So he's saying that people keep criticizing Trump. Why are you negotiating with the Islamic Republic? He said, like, guys, they also negotiated with Gorbachev. They also negotiated with Saddam. They flirted with, like, they did more with Saddam. They flirted with Saddam. And then they keep flirting with him, and then eventually they arrested him and they hanged him. So just because they're negotiating with them, he says, stop attacking President Trump for negotiating with the Islamic Republic. They did the same thing to Saddam.
Yeah. I had a few other ones, but that's pretty much it. So he made some other predictions as well. But largely, yeah, a lot of the things that he said have come true. And so people are remembering him in a fond way. He passed away 7 years ago.
Yeah, so a lot of what he's saying, people are playing it again because his words, a lot of it is matching what's happening right now. So he said all of this 7 years ago. So people are like treating him again like Nostradamus in Iran.
Yeah. Yeah. So on from that, we have at some point, maybe in a future stream where I can go over it, but like there's that whole 40-minute conference that Trump had with NATO. I think that'll be funny. And Saudi Arabia is the piece of news that's left. So according to Iran International, Saudi Arabia is about to have a meeting between the Gulf countries and the Islamic Republic. They want to throw this meeting to have everyone be buddy-buddy again. Neither the Islamic Republic or the Persian Gulf Arab countries have said whether they'll show up, but the fact that Saudi Arabia is trying to get everyone on a good side again is not only a testament to their lack of backbone, but their massive cowardice. Because how could you possibly... You have the United States as a great ally, and you have chosen not to trust in the words of the United States and not to back them up and to actively halt the plans of the United States by not letting them use your bases during the war. And now that you regret that action, you are trying to make peace with the Islamic Republic and everyone else because you're supposed to be the leader of the Persian Gulf Arab countries. What a shame. Golistan, huh? Golistan. Okay, so Armin, we have found out that the blasts that were in North Iran were from this happening. Someone decided to go and blow up the railway in northern Iran. You're muted.
So what the hell?
Yeah, so near Al-Qala, someone planted some explosives and blew up this part of the railway and a part of this bridge. People have gathered there. I'm not sure why, but yeah, that's what the sound of the explosion was. Okay. Interesting. Al-Qala. Okay. Ah, man.
So much is happening.
Today, guys, quick recap. We had the most intense strikes since February 28th on the Islamic Republic, all across the southern coast of Iran. Most of the major ports and cities, as well as military installations, have been taken out. We're talking about hundreds of strikes. The Islamic Republic has vowed that it will respond proportionately or more heavy than they did before. We can count on that being them bombarding Kuwait and Bahrain, although they haven't yet. It's been 4.5 hours since the strike started. The Islamic Republic has not responded since. And generally, I'm going to go and take a look at what the regime supporters are saying tonight and see if anyone's frustrated that their own government can't defend their own country. And Trump has come out again and said, oh, they called, they tried to make concessions, and it wasn't enough for me. So yeah, Texas troop, that's what I just reported right now with the Gorgon, the northern Iran explosion. So the rail line is severed. It's gone. So that brings in supplies from Turkmenistan. Or actually Russia as well. There's a port there. Okay. So it's just infrastructure hit. All right. And with that, we have Nacho saying, I don't think Mohammed bin Salman is so smart. Look at Neom. Who's Neom?
Neom, the project, the line, the whole...
Oh.
golden cube, giant, like the stupid plan that they abandoned, which obviously
terrible.
The billions of dollars that they just basically pissed away. Yeah, he's not very smart.
$50 billion digging up dirt, and they made a line in the desert. They're going to build a whole futuristic city, and they gave up.
They're really good at wasting money. I think they are. I think nobody I mean, maybe I'm wrong about this, but they should be like at least they're in the top 5 at least. But I think I wouldn't be surprised if the Saudis have wasted more money than anyone else in history. Like, I don't know, maybe who else, but nobody wastes money more than the Saudis.
Yeah, that could be true. I was going to say the Islamic Republic, but you know, they did build stuff with it that was supposed
Actually,
to
I
be used
take
for
that back.
military.
I take that back. The Islamic Republic wastes more money than the Saudis. So there you go. Never mind. But go on. Sorry.
No, yeah, I mean, it's a hotly contested position.
No, because Saudi does. I think what Iran could have been, the amount of like
absolutely.
you know all the wealth and resources of Iran, and you turn that into a poor country. I think that is much more waste than what the Saudis did.
No, you're absolutely right. Yeah, that no contest.
No contest. Yeah.
Thanks, Nacho. And Fleshy Interloper saying Ghalibaf should step aside for the Shah. Ghalibaf will never step aside. You can take a look at Ghalibaf's life record. He's never going to step aside. If I ran for president 4 times and got defeated, I would not run for the 5th time. But hey.
I mean, to be fair to Ghalibaf, if he does that, he'll die, right?
Yeah.
Like if the Islamic Republic falls, people like he would be torn into pieces before a transitional government could come and say, like, no, stop, guys. We need to be, we need to have lawyers and judges and stuff like that. So Ghalibaf is fighting not for just power, but for his life.
I hope the stress is getting to him.
So Omid is like, Armin, don't be fair. And then he's like, never mind. Thought you were going to praise him. I'm not going to praise Ghalibaf. I'm just like, he's stuck. He does no choice.
And Texas Troop is on it, saying Shin right now, saying Al-Qala in Golistan, northern Iran. So several explosions were heard. Yep. Yeah, those are, what's this? I just said the railroad, basically.
Wait, so is that a bomb, or is that like, I thought you by explosions she meant like more, is this like somebody underground doing something, or is this like
Correct.
an airstrike?
This is someone on the ground that planted explosives on the railroad bridge and blew it up. So yeah, again, that train.
What is this?
That train, I'll show you guys. So the train basically has supplies go through. So this is where it happened, this blue marker. And generally, you can bring along, what do you call it? Supplies. I don't know why I can't find that word. From Ashgabat, which is Turkmenistan's capital, and generally just more stuff from over there. Now you can't. So that's done with. I don't know why they targeted that in particular. So right here. Okay, so there's one road that goes up in here into Turkmenistan. So I guess they were just trying to have that stop. Okay, so I know that here is a shipbuilding, a major shipbuilding operation. Other than that, there's nothing really of importance there. Was Turkmenistan somehow smuggling stuff into Iran? I don't doubt it, because they have. But maybe someone got wind of it and stopped it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a train bridge. So everyone knows what that means. The train's not going to be operating anymore.
Okay. Let me show you something. You want to read this? Mark Levin.
Hoping this time the Iranian regime, this is Mark Levin, and he's saying that, I'm hoping this time the Iranian regime has gone too far with our president. and effective steps will be taken to end it. If there are civilian advisors, generals, or intelligence officials telling the president there is little else we can do, they should be fired and replaced with those who have the will and fortitude to get it done. I see. Abraham Lincoln had to do just that to win the Civil War. Trump may have to as well. The key is the president must want to end the regime. Based on leaks to Axios and elsewhere since the war with Iran began, there are those who do not. He's calling out the people within the Trump administration who are telling Trump, like, hey, man, this is all we got. If the regime doesn't want to come and negotiate with us, that's it. Pack it up. And Mark Levin wants those people out of the ear of the president, and he wants people in who are telling him, end it, end the regime.
You know, I think that given that President Trump confirmed that he's number one on the kill list of the Islamic Republic, I mean, what else do you need to basically end the regime? I mean, look at this here.
No, I'm number one on the kill list for Iran. They're lovely people. I'm number one. So I don't know. I can't tell you that, but I don't really care because I'm doing my job and I'm doing it, I hope, better than anybody's ever done it, because we have a country that's hot and really, really successful. But I mention it only because it's on the list. I mean, it came out. There was another list came out yesterday, and I'm number one on. I like being number one on TikTok better, but I'm number one on the list for killing. No, I'm number one on.
And look, in Iran, yeah,
the IRGC Quds force just made a deal with the Mexican cartels to try to assassinate Trump too.
And you want to see something in Mashhad in Iran? Look at this.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Ah, I see. More banners and posters. Wait, what's that at the oh, it's his fist. It's Donald Trump's fist with when he almost did get assassinated.
I think that's Khamenei's fist.
Oh, or Khamenei's fist. Okay. Ma Tehran ra so small. Chi khahim kusht. We will kill. Wow. Okay. There you go. Yeah, and they had so many banners, and they even put a bounty on his head of $10 million and all of that.
It's crazy.
So, with that, guys, that's everything that happened today. I'm looking forward to getting some more good news tomorrow. Hopefully we do get it. And we continue along with Trump's pressure on the Islamic Republic, full pressure. I'd like to see the blockade reinstated again. And yeah, that is everything for today.
Well, you know, one thing else that is dying right now in Iran is Islam even faster than before. We are seeing more interest in Zoroastrianism. I just wanted to show you two videos of that. There has been a boom in people attending and visiting Zoroastrian temples even more recently. I mean, we already had that, but it's now becoming... So, guys, 5,000 out of 75,000 mosques apparently across the country is closing down because of lack of demand. But we are getting a lot more people visiting Zoroastrian temples than before. So this in Iran. Well, let me just cut the music. So many Iranians, like Zoroastrian temples in Iran, are getting a lot more visits, apparently.
That's great news.
So yeah.
Fire is 1,500.
Yeah. Anyways, can't wait to visit Zoroastrian temples once Iran is free. They're really, really ancient. Yeah. So I need to check.
That's the first monotheistic religion in the world.
I don't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you're right. Okay. All right, guys. So wait, hold on. Is the monkey gonna go live today? Monkey got to half five. He got halfway to monetization today. He got to 500 subscribers. Let me see if he scheduled his live
apply. You can apply for the super chats.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna put the link to the monkey's channel. I think he's gonna go live today, but
cool.
Let me put the link in the chat for you guys to go check him out. And guys, don't forget to check out Ali's channel. People who are watching on my channel on Liberty Politics. Let me put the link to Ali's. I'm gonna put the link to Ali's channel also. Yes, every day. And subscribe to Liberty Politics as well. Subscribe to Liberty Politics. Hit the bell notification. Subscribe to Ali's channel. I'll put the link in the chat. And subscribe to Monkey, Grease Monkey as well. The link is in the chat.
Yeah. We really appreciate you guys watching every day, by the way. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we do.
You guys are and also very updated as a result.
Yes. We also appreciate you guys keep telling us how good Ali is doing and how you feel more updated than any other channel when you watch Ali's updates. I saw those comments. A lot of people choose Ali's update section on everything Iran related, and they think that he does a better job in going through all of them. And I appreciate you saying that. So let him know, because I think it motivates him to keep doing what he's doing. Let him know in the comment section. Yeah. You're doing a great job. Like Ali, like even if I didn't know you and we weren't doing these streams together, if I found your summaries somewhere else without knowing you, I would have to actually tune into your show and then watch it every day, because you honestly, your updates is better than anyone else's updates. They're objective. You analyze them, you research them. You don't do hyperbole. You don't exaggerate for the sake of views. You don't go like with crazy exaggeration of what could be happening, but you also still keep it interesting, and you have deep knowledge of what's happening inside Iran. So, I really appreciate the work you do. So I think, like, honestly, there's no better source of information on this stuff compared to it. I'm learning for you every single day.
No, thank you. Thank you so much. You're too kind.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. Somebody saying, Armin, you struck gold with Ali. Yes, I know, right? True.
Yeah, I just want to bring value to you guys. I want you guys to feel better. Once you guys know everything that's going on, you feel much better about the situation, or at least that's the goal.
Yeah, look at this. Ali has very good informational knowledge. Yes, it does. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Prince Ali, family, always. Oh, yeah. See, you do bring value. See, that's fantastic. You guys are awesome.
Thank you so much.
Okay, guys. So don't forget to subscribe, and we'll be here again same time tomorrow. And until then, I'm Israel Chai.
Slava
Ukrainian. Cuba Libre. Long live America.
Long live America.
Javicha. Payande Iran. Mwah. See you guys tomorrow.